can't say I totally haven't figured out a zero waste plan because at least I have mason jars and a metal straw. Hi, my name is Grumpy, and I'm a little irritated because I just realized I had filmed this whole video and my camera stopped recording. So I'm gonna eat a fig bar, and then we're gonna do today's video, okay? Food makes people happy, and hopefully food will help me get my energy back up. Let's cue the music. New Year's resolutions are a thing that we tend to kind of overhype, and I feel like a lot of people don't know how to set realistic goals. So today I'm just going to be doing a check-in on how my own goals are going, and just to kind of remind you guys that it's not too late to set goals. And in next week's video, I'm going to be going over setting new intentions for the rest of the year, or for the next quarter, or even for the month, you know? But for right now, I'm going to go over how I'm doing on my current New Year's resolutions. So this is a receipt paper of some of the goals that I wrote down about, I'd say like the end of August, early September last year at my old job. And this is only a few of them, and I do have some that weren't thought of or written down at that time because things have definitely changed since then. And I wrote this before we moved into this apartment too. But I'm gonna go over this and just kind of show you guys how I'm doing on these goals that I made for myself. So my first goal was to keep the apartment clean, and while I'm not doing the best at it, I'm also not doing the worst at it. I think something that has helped me was to create a smaller daily goal of mine to just pick up something. To like just clean off the surface of my desk, or pick up trash around the apartment, or clean off the bathroom counter. Like doing dishes is a big one that I hate doing, but it needs to be done. So that is something that has helped, and hopefully with creating these small little habits, it can transpose into like a bigger habit to where I don't have to stare at mounds of laundry that is sitting in the corner of my bathroom for way too long, or having a sink that smells because I have dirty dishes, or even having dirty floors and being worried about somebody coming over and seeing how like messy my space is. So my next one was to make time for self-care, and this is a very important one for me because I have a tendency to get so sucked up into my work and productivity that I just totally forget to make time for myself, and then I end up overwhelming myself. Two things that have helped me is to make my schedule a little bit more flexible, and to also dedicate like a small chunk of time in my schedule to self-care. And something that has helped me, especially when I get super busy, is sometime during the day I will take like 1 to 2 hours and take a long shower. And while I'm not in the shower for 2 hours, I'm only in there for like 40 to 45 minutes. Just doing that has helped me. I'll do like my full regimen. I'll wash my hair, which if you have long, thick hair like I do, you know that takes a while. And then I will shave my legs, I'll exfoliate my face and do a face mask. Just the whole shebang. Allow myself to relax, even if it's just for like an hour or 2 hours, you know? You don't have to dedicate a whole day of self-care if that isn't realistic for you. I always say that there's nothing like a good shower to make you feel more human. So the whole self-care, making time for self-care, also kind of ties into my next one, which is recognizing when too much is too much. And I say this because I have a tendency to suck myself way too deep into what I'm doing when I'm working on, like if I'm working on a project, or if I'm just working, or just even just like the littlest thing. I have a tendency to suck myself into it, that I overwhelm myself. So realizing that I need to take a step back and just making a conscious effort to take small moments of my day to be mindfulness, taking small moments of my day to be mindful and look around myself and see, okay, what am I doing? Like, what's going on here? These two things are a key thing in my happiness, and making these goals for myself has definitely helped improve my mood. Okay, my next one is be humble and appreciate the little things in life. This is why I post a lot of videos and pictures of Roxy, because having Roxy has helped me realize just how important the little things in life are, and having Roxy has also helped me kind of come down from the big picture and be more mindful of what's going on in my life. Like, since it's getting sunny out, Roxy loves to sunbathe, so she will lay in front of the balcony door while I'm editing the video or just like chilling in bed. And seeing her like people watching or just like falling asleep in the sun, first of all, it's freaking adorable. And second of all, it just kind of helps me be thankful in a way. It just kind of helps me, I don't know, it just sparks some like deep happiness within me. And I think that it has helped me learn to just appreciate how simple things are, and that happiness doesn't need to be complicated. In fact, it isn't really a complicated thing. Happiness is such a simple thing that we overcomplicate. We think too much about it and we think it's some like seriously unattainable thing, but it's actually so simple. We just need to realize that it's all around us. Like, happiness is all around us. We just need to realize how to interpret it. So the next things are not as centered on like feeling and happiness. These are more like personal goals, I guess you could say. Like, it's less emotional and more like physical in a sense. So this first one is one that I actually haven't totally got started on because it's been so cold out and it's hard to do this when it's freezing out all winter. So this one is figure out a low waste plan. And while I definitely am not doing the best at it, I have made some changes. So when we moved into this apartment, we decided that we were going to get rid of all of our glasses anyway. So I decided to buy several sizes of mason jars because I want to start making my own things. And we also recently, finally worked through all of our plastic straws, and we got some metal straws, and I love them. But this summer we plan on creating a compost on our outdoor area, our balcony, just like a little one, and we also plan on having a garden. So we're going to be growing our own herbs and hopefully some of our own vegetables, which will be super awesome. I'm really excited about it. I have like this vision in my mind of how things are gonna go, and it's gonna be great. So this next one was to find financial stability. And this one's surprisingly going very well. I recently made a career change, so it also left me without a job for about 2 months while I was learning more about business and things like that, and also waiting for my applications to go through. And I also had to just totally redo my resume. Like, I scrapped my resume and remade it from scratch. So that took a little bit of time, but I recently got a new job and it's super nice. Like, I get to work in my pajamas. It's super great. This one's going surprisingly well, and the reason is because I managed to save up a little bit over $1,000 before I quit my job. And if you guys want a video on how I did that, I will make a video on that, which I'm already planning on doing, kind of like a budgeting for noobs kind of deal, but I don't know when that's going to happen. But if you guys, like, just let me know down below if you're interested in that, because I feel like that's something a lot of people in my generation, like in my little age group, struggle with. So I would be more than happy to make a video about that. The whole thing about finding financial stability for me is to be able to pay off all of my bills and to also be able to support myself and still save money, kind of, so I'm not working paycheck to paycheck anymore, and so I can be able to live just a little bit more comfortably. Okay, so my next two goals are ones that I actually did make at the beginning of the year, and these definitely helped the fact that I was in the middle of a career change. So that's partially why they came up, because once I had time off, I realized how much I missed reading and how much I missed playing video games. And that sounds so funny, but it's really true. Like, in January, I want to say I read 3 or 4 books in, let's see, I left my job the second week of January. By February 1st, I had already read, I want to say 3 books. Might have been 4 books, actually. In that time that I was reading, I forgot how much I loved it. And it had been a goal of mine to reread series that made me fall in love with reading and fall in love with like world creation and stuff. That's definitely been one of my goals, and I've definitely kind of fallen off of it the past 2 months. That is definitely something that I'm picking back up. I've definitely been making an active routine almost to make sure that I do read at least like 2 chapters a day. And so video games wise, I recently, no spoilers, I recently began the Kingdom Hearts series. I did have a file of the first game that I had started. I don't know, I had colossally screwed up this file. So I deleted and restarted, and I did it in a way that I could just make sure that I wouldn't get so stressed out over this game and get so stuck, and it definitely helps. So I'm about to start Kingdom Hearts 2, and I'm super excited about that, and I'm going into this like totally blind, and that's another thing that is helping me so much, that I'm like experiencing this for the first time, like zero clue about anything. Like, I know who some of the characters are because I follow a lot of cosplayers that are in the Kingdom Hearts fandom, and I definitely like the story so far. I'm not totally sure what's going on, but I think that this will hopefully explain it a little bit more. I don't know. So those were my goals for this year, and just kind of like how they're going, and I'm super excited to like continue on them and keep going. I'm really curious to see how I'm gonna do by the end of this year, and I'm wondering if I'm gonna have to set new goals like halfway through the year, but I don't know, we'll see. So next week's video is going to be setting new intentions and like how we set new goals and how we create sustainable goals. And I'm super excited because next month I'm going to be doing just a whole theme of resetting and setting yourself up for success, and I'm super excited about it. So stay tuned, make sure you subscribe. Please leave a comment down below. I have a lot of you guys like messaging me your comments about it, and I love that. I love talking to you guys one-on-one, but would you please like tell me what you think of my videos and stuff down below in the comments, and make sure that you leave a thumbs up if you like this kind of stuff, or you know, leave a thumbs up for more Roxy. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for being here, and I will see you all in my next one.